tune it out and you focus on what's best for you. Okay. If you truly envision yourself having this thing or doing this thing, your future self is telling you that it's feasible, right? Like that future state of you is literally yelling at you from afar. Okay, come on, like you can do this, like catch up to me, right? So focus on you, tune out everyone else, and you will get there.
Hello, everyone. I am Melissa Forziat of Take the Doughnut, here to help you get inspiration and get donuts. I'm a motivational keynote speaker, and today I'm bringing you a very exciting Take the Doughnut interview with Kishori Turner, who is from The Amazing Race 36 and is the VP of Marketing at a financial services firm. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. So excited to be here.
I'm so excited to talk with you. I didn't mention it in that intro, but for those who caught it before, I had a chance to do an interview with Ricky and Cesar from your season, and they were like, "You have to speak with Kishori," and they kept dropping the word
Oh,
manifest. And then I went to your Instagram profile and I saw manifest written there, and I thought, you are definitely the person
oh
that
my
I need
gosh.
to talk to today.
Well, they're the best. I love them. But yes, they are correct. I'm very big on manifesting everything you want for your life.
Well, so you are definitely the person to talk to about this, but before we get into the more metaphorical side of taking the donut, let me ask you the literal question. What's your
Yeah.
favorite donut?
Oh, that's a great question. So I am vegan. I would say probably like a vegan cream or vegan chocolate donut. I know that's like kind of basic. I don't love sprinkles, but I love chocolate. So maybe like a vegan chocolate donut.
I mean, chocolate is definitely a way to go with donuts. They knew their
I know
plan from the beginning.
you have sprinkles behind you, so I'm guessing that's your favorite. No?
It's
Okay.
not, but it's my favorite color.
Oh,
But my
love.
favorite donuts are all chocolate as well.
Okay. I do
Yeah.
love turquoise.
But okay, so I said just a little bit about you up front, but tell us more about yourself. What should we know about you?
Absolutely. So I was born and raised in the Maryland, D.C. area. Grew up there. I went to American University for college, lived there after college, and meandered on off to LA for a bit. It was a fun stint, but it wasn't exactly for me. And so New York was calling me for all of my childhood. So about 2 years ago, I made the trek over here. And like you mentioned, I'm a VP at a financial services firm in New York. So that's been great. I model a little bit on the weekends for fun. I have some wonderful friends here, family on the East Coast, and of course, staying very well connected to the Amazing Race family and CBS shows, which is always so fun.
So it sounds like you've like built the world around you in New York really quickly.
Yeah, so I feel really lucky that I have some childhood friends that are based in the city, but I will say I feel like New York is one of the like best places, even if you don't come here like knowing anyone. It's so easy to like meet people and make new friends. Like I've made so many new friends in the city literally from sitting in a cafe and chatting with someone or just like walking down the street. Like it is such a plethora, a melting pot of just such amazing new people.
That's beautiful. What a great advertisement for New
For
York.
New York, yeah, no, for New York.
Everybody's like all of a sudden just going to be moving to New York. They saw this interview and then they just went. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm really excited to talk with you about taking the donut. But before we get into that, let me hit the reset button for those who've never seen one of these interviews before. So basically, take the donut for me is another way to say carpe diem. It's all about going after the things that you want in life. And it comes from a strange thing that happened to me in college where I left an actual donut on a table. And it almost immediately became an object lesson for me and what it looks like to leave opportunities behind. So I don't want to do that anymore. I want to take the donut instead of leave it on the table. So this conversation is actually all about going after goals, going after opportunities. And what does that really look like when we go to do it? So I have to ask you this question. How are you with going after goals? What is that process like for you?
I am the biggest advocate for if you can see it in your mind, if you can believe it for yourself, it is like more than you are more than capable of accomplishing X. Like everything in life from going after a job where you might feel, oh, I might be underqualified, right? And you see that the job posting says, I don't know, 10 years of experience, but you only have six, but you meet all the requirements. Apply. It's as little as something like that to something big as applying to the Amazing Race, right? Oh my gosh, there's hundreds of thousands of applications. Like, how am I going to know they're going to see mine, right? You just have to go for it. I think with everything in life, you literally do not know until you try. And unless someone says no to me, I will always, always put forth the effort to see what the universe gives back to me.
Mm, beautifully said. So, when you're going after something really big, because
Yeah.
what you're describing sounds like that first phase of putting it out there. So, when you're going
Yeah.
after something really big, that might take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of
Absolutely.
steps. What keeps you motivated in that process?
That's a great question. Okay, so I actually think it starts from having a really structured routine. And I did not grow up having the most structured routine. Like, I didn't make my bed in the morning growing up, but now I'm very adamant about, like, okay, when I wake up, my bed has to be made. I like have to have a moment to myself in the morning, so I'm like staying calm before I get to work, right? And that way I'm going about my day in like a very positive mentality. I think it's the little routines that you have throughout your day and your week that keep you focused, that keep you motivated and keep you going, right? So it's also a balancing act, right? Like, you're busy, but you have to also make time for the enjoyable moments of life, right? Like spending time with your friends or going to dinner with one of your girls or whatever it is that like keeps you pushing forward.
Mm. Yeah, there's definitely, it sounds like for you, a balance between the I don't know, the work and the play or the work and the
Yeah,
enjoyment of what working allows you to do.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. So, a lot of times when we go after things that we want, challenges come up, obstacles come in our way. So, for
Hmm.
you, is there a specific brand of challenge that comes up over and over and over again? Like, no matter what it is you're doing in your life, you're probably going to see this challenge come up. What is that for you?
Yeah, I think I would say, like, on a daily basis, we get rejected constantly, right? You get rejected from people, you get rejected from jobs, you get rejected from literally everything, right? In my mind, rejection is redirection, right? Maybe it didn't work the first time, maybe it'll work the third time. Maybe that path wasn't the right path and you're supposed to pivot and take a second path. That's kind of how I see it play out. But again, everyone has a different perspective on things. But I try to like look at life with a very positive mindset.
So the challenge isn't like a permanent roadblock for you. It's just okay, we gotta go.
Okay. So it's like a race. We're looking for a race. We're
Yeah.
driving. We're turning. It's like the race. Okay, that doesn't work. We're gonna turn left. Okay, now we're gonna turn right. Now we're gonna we're gonna U-turn.
The race is definitely very clear, episode to episode. It's a very clear example of that. It's like living
Yes,
for at least one team, and every episode something does not go quite right, and that doesn't mean you're
absolutely.
out either. I think is the
No.
interesting lesson to take away as somebody watching it, or maybe somebody in the race as well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, life is always gonna throw you curveballs, and you don't know where you are in the game, and you cannot give up. You simply cannot give up.
Hmm. Nicely said. Yeah. A good message for those who were close, I think. So, what's to this point in your life, and this could be a personal or professional answer, whatever comes up for you, what's the biggest donut you've ever taken?
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like I'm like still pushing forward for like bigger donuts in the future. But I would say up to this moment, the Amazing Race is definitely up there. I firmly believe that in order to get to an end goal, it's two things. It's action plus manifesting, right? So like truly believing and visualizing in your abilities that you can get there and then actually following through with the proper steps and the action plan to push forward, right? Like, if you can do both of those things together, you will succeed, right? If you're just doing the action piece, but you're not fully believing in yourself, your energy frequencies are not aligning and it will not match. It will not get you there. But I would say The Amazing Race, I spent my entire childhood watching that show and it was like, I want to be on it. Like, I see myself being on the show one day. Like, I just visualized myself on that show and was like, you know what, I'm just going to apply. And I originally applied with one of my best friends from college. And I got a call from one of the casting directors, and they were like, hey, we're actually looking, it was my one of my guy best friends from college. They were like, hey, we're actually looking for a female team. Would you be willing to audition with maybe like a sister or your mom? I was like, I don't have a sister. My mom does not really want to do this. But I have a cousin who's like super out there. She's like ambitious and rambunctious and like loves adventure. So I think that would be like a fun duo. And I just kept like envisioning myself on this show. I know it sounds so silly, but like truly envisioning, like writing it down in my journal every single day, like seeing myself there. And then the action part of this is I kept being persistent, right? Like I was following up with the casting director, with the casting producers. I was sending emails, I was writing DMs. Like persistency gets you somewhere, right? And the two together, I think, is like that double whammy, the winning combo.
Yeah, I was going to ask because you used the word manifesting, but also action a number of times. So
Yeah.
I was curious to get some nitty-gritty tips about what manifesting, what those steps actually look like for you. And it sounds
Yeah.
like journaling is a big part of the process.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would normally do for like those big visions that you have?
Yes. So I actually have a couple things that I love to share with people. So the first thing that I recommend is you take a piece of paper out, and I tend to bucket it into different chunks. So I'll be like, okay, work goals, maybe relationship goals, maybe health goals, and you write them in I am statements. So it's future or sorry, it's past. It's past tense as if you already have accomplished or already have these things, right? So I am so proud that I do XYZ in this industry and I'm making X amount of money. I cannot believe that I'm in X relationship. I feel so happy. This person treats me so well. Like, whatever it is, you're writing it as if like you already have it. Like, that's your life. You write it down on that piece of paper and you put it away. And every so often, I like look back on it. But on a daily basis, I do also write like affirmations in my journal, which I think is also just helpful.
Okay, good, really good actionable tips there for those of us who want to know more about what that actually looks like and find a
Yeah.
way to do it ourselves. So you hinted at this a bit, but is there a donut that you're taking right now? Is there something in progress that you can talk about?
I don't think I can talk about it. I think there's just like long term things I'm thinking about, like career wise, just like personal things. And I'm like, okay, what are my next things that I like to, that I want for myself to go after? And it can be like, doesn't have to be like the largest things, but things that are very important to you, right? Like what's important to Melissa versus what's important to Kishori. Um, I also am a big proponent of keeping your big goals private. And the reason I say this is because, again, when I'm talking about like the energy frequency thing, you don't want to share out with everyone because not everyone has the best intentions back. So I actually, even with my closest friends and family, I keep things very, very like private until things are finalized. And that's just like my take on things. But I think in different cultures, they have different ways of looking at it. Sometimes it's like, I know in Indian culture, it's like nazar. Other cultures, it's like evil eye or whatever it is. So I try to keep things like on close wraps until things are more finalized.
That's so interesting. That's a really good tip.
Yeah.
And maybe the opposite of what I would have thought, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like you maybe want,
Yeah.
I would have thought you want to put it out there a lot. But it sounds like no, you keep, because you can control the energy you're putting towards it.
Yes, exactly.
So interesting. Well, there may be people who are watching this right now who have a donut of their own that they want to take, and it could be an
Yeah.
idea for them, or it could be something that they've started towards and they're looking for that next step. So let's sprinkle some encouragement, even though that's not your favorite kind of topping for a donut. And
No, I love it.
let's sprinkle some encouragement. And what would you say to those people?
I would say tune out all the noise, tune out all the negativity. People are always going to give you their opinions of, oh, that's never going to work. Why would you do X? Why would you do that? Like, I can think back to so many times where people were doubting, even like family members were like, they're nervous. They're like, that's not going to work out. When I wanted to move to New York City, my mom was like so apprehensive about this. When I wanted to do the race, we had family members that were like, oh my gosh, it's so dangerous. It's such a risk. You don't know what's going to happen. Tune it out and you focus on what's best for you. Okay. If you truly envision yourself having this thing or doing this thing, your future self is telling you that it's feasible, right? Like that future state of you is literally yelling at you from afar. Okay, come on, like you can do this. Like catch up to me, right? So focus on you, tune out everyone else, and you will get there.
I want to sort of stop down on that point you've raised just a little bit more because I found sometimes it's really surprising to people. I know a lot of small business owners. I'm a small business owner who start a thing or really anything you're trying to do where you share the idea with people who you
Mhm.
think are really close to you and they're actually the most resistant.
100%.
And it's often because they kind of need you to stay as you are for the dynamic of your relationship with them to
Yes.
work. And so that can be really alarming, I think, if you're not ready for something like that. And it's really adding a lot of context for me when I think about that experience that I've seen and had, where
Yeah,
you're saying, like, keep your big ideas to yourself or like figure out the right people to have on your
absolutely.
journey. But sometimes it's the people immediately around you that you would think would be supportive are not necessarily supportive of, or they don't have the same vision, or the things that stopped
Yeah,
them from doing similar things to what you want to do, or why they're giving you their advice. So it's like, yeah, it can really cloud what we think for ourselves.
absolutely. You're spot on. I think it is like known and it's very common that sometimes the closest people that you think are going to root for you and cheer for you, some of them do, some of them don't, right? And it also kind of dwindles down sometimes to projection, right? Like you're doing something that within them they might feel a little insecure about or that they want to do, and so they're taking it out onto you. And again, that's why you can't take it personally. You have to focus on yourself. And a lot of times, people that you've known for years, like you said, they still see you as that same person, right? And you might have grown in many other directions in many other ways, but they still see you here. And so it's hard for them to understand why you're doing
Yeah. Oh, keep going, people. Keep
that.
going.
Yes.
Listen to Kishori's advice. Well, for those who want to follow you on your journey and see what's coming up for you, where can they find you? What link should I put in the description?
Yeah, so my Instagram is at Kishori Turner, and my TikTok is also at Kishori Turner.
Perfect. Everybody be sure to check out those resources. And if you enjoyed seeing this interview with Kishori, be sure to like and subscribe. There are so many inspirational interviews to come every single week. In the meantime, Kishori, thank you so much for taking some time and talking with me about going after the things that you want in life.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
This was such a blast. Thank you. And to everybody who's watching this, thank you for watching. And please go out there, get inspiration and get donuts. Bye.